Okay, that's good. Hi, everybody. It's Naomi with Naomi's Tarot. If you would like your own reading, life coaching session, incantation, spell, or spirit channeling, which is a new service I offer separately, you can go to naomitarot.com. There is a 20% off sale all of December until January 1st. And definitely take advantage of it because it will be ending soon. So what we're going to talk about today first is Meghan and Harry. We're going to do an update on them. Then we're going to talk about Justin Bieber and Hailey Baldwin because people have been requesting that. There are people on my channel who really enjoy that topic, not just the royals. So we're going to be talking about them at the end. If you'd like your pick a number fix or pick a card fix, I just uploaded a video called Pick a Card, New Year 2020, Urgent Message from Spirit or your Spirit Guides. And that is the typical, pick a card, pick a message, 1, 2, or 3 reading where I show my hands and I lay the cards down. Definitely support those videos if you can, because that is more of the direction I want to take the channel in. Those I really enjoy doing, and I appreciate your support on those, as well as all my videos. So I'm going to read a little bit of the article that my reading is going to be based off of, the first part of the reading at least. And the article is on Fox News, and it says, Stephanie Powers says Meghan Markle's job is to be Harry's wife and not change the royal dynamic. The 77-year-old told the Daily Beast on Thursday that she believes the 38-year-old wants to be a star, which, I'm sorry, is not what she's supposed to be doing, claims claims Powers. And she says that her role is not to be a star. Those headlines saying she was Hollywood royalty, marrying British royalty. She had a role in a TV show. She is obviously not a great actress. She's not gotten in a role she has taken on. Grace Kelly did, but then she was Hollywood royalty, not a bit player in a minor television series. So she's saying she's not gotten in the role she's taken on. I think she's referring to the role in the royal family, because she had a role before on TV and she was into that role. She says it's her job to be Harry's wife, not change the royal dynamic. And then she says, when the reporter suggested to Powers that Markle and her husband want to change the royal dynamic, Powers had some advice for Charles's youngest son, Harry. She said, then Harry should get a job too. Look at Charles' sister, Princess Anne. I love her. I know her. She's sensational. Blah, 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 blah. And then she was talking about how she loves Anne. So then she says she should take her royal duties more seriously instead of turning into a celebrity. In contrast to what this woman said, there is also a report about Olivia Colman, who was the star on The Crown this season. And she says it is evil how the media has scrutinized Meghan Markle. And in contrast, she has said, so this is the older portrayal of Elizabeth. So The Crown season 3, if you guys have seen it or haven't seen it, basically it really doesn't matter, just so you know who this actress is. She portrayed, oh, this stupid thing is playing something in the background. Okay, so she portrayed Queen Elizabeth II in her middle age on season 3 of The Crown. And she is defending Meghan Markle. She came out recently saying they are mean to them, everything they do, they step outside their house, and it's something. She's referring to Harry and Meghan and how the media is mean to them. I don't know why they're so mean to a fellow human being. It always strikes me as odd. Everyone wants to have Christmas on their own every now and then. It's all right. All right, so I am just out of curiosity. I want to see what Stephanie Powers' birthday is. We're going to talk a little bit about astrology here too, because I'm starting to see a connection between certain people and whether they support or don't support others. Okay, so Stephanie Powers is a Scorpio. And let's look up Olivia. Aquarius, not surprising. Okay, so first we're going to start off with astrology and how this plays into scrutiny or lack of scrutiny with Ms. Meghan Markle and other people in the media, not just her, but since there seems to be such a great interest in this woman, I will talk about her, just not as much as I had said earlier. I don't want to make this channel all about that, but we will still do videos on the royals. So before I draw some cards, from an astrological perspective, where these two women are coming from. I'm going to start off right now by saying, hi, Stephanie O'Neill. Hi, Rosemary. Thank you for coming. And thank you all others who are in the chat room for coming. I appreciate you, who haven't commented and who will watch this video in the future. So from an astrological perspective, and now I'm not saying, if I say anything negative about a sign, I want to preface this by saying not every single person in a sign acts exactly the same. Not every single person. I'm not saying every Scorpio is bad, but I'm going to give some perspective as to why a Scorpio would bash Meghan more than an Aquarius. So, Scorpios, and don't, as I said, don't be offended if you are a Scorpio. I'm a Scorpio rising, so I don't hate Scorpios, and I have an Aquarius moon, but I'm a Virgo, so I actually have both of these signs in my chart. Scorpios can be very, very critical and biting towards others with the type of criticism they have, but they can't always take it back. Like, people claim Virgos are the ones that do that, but I find, because I have a family full of Scorpios, that they're not good at hearing criticism and they can dole it out. They also tend to be a sign that can flow more on a negative vibration than Aquarius. And not that all Scorpios are negative. Again, I don't want you to come at me if you're a Scorpio. I have to keep prefacing that because I get people writing comments on the channel like, oh, Naomi, you said all Scorpios are bad. And how come you hate Scorpios? I don't hate Scorpios. But can tend to be a sign that flows in more of a negative vibration, Scorpios, which means that they tend to dwell more on believing the negative rather than believing the positive. I'm not saying my personal opinion about Meghan in this video this time because I want to just make it about these two women, but I have said my opinion before if you watch my channel. I'm not negative towards people I don't know. I try not to be that way, and then maybe that's my Aquarius moon. I try not to be that way unless I have evidence or repeated proof that somebody is negative. However, Scorpios tend to find the negative in things as their dark side. So if a dark side Scorpio is vibrating in their lower energy, they will tend to dwell on the negative. They will tend to believe the negative over the positive. And they will tend to speak with biting criticism, but not take criticism very well to themselves. So, not surprising to me that the first woman mentioned in this, Stephanie Powers, who's criticizing Meghan, saying, oh, just be his wife, is a Scorpio. Contrastingly, the Aquarius, Olivia Colman, yes, my moon sign is Aquarius, and I'm not going to just like say Aquariuses are all great just because that's my moon sign. However, Aquariuses tend to be one of the more open-minded signs out of all the signs, meaning they don't really hold on to things like Scorpios do. They don't sit there and like dwell and ruminate the way Scorpios do. They're really opposite signs almost in every single way. One is a fixed water sign and one is more of like a open-minded. Aquarius can be fixed in their own way, but because they're air, I don't believe any air sign can truly be fixed, even if astrologers could differ with my opinion. I feel like air signs, just by nature of how they are not fixed. Air flows and moves. Water can be stagnant though. So Aquariuses tend to be like that friend that you have, whether they're a moon or a sun, that's kind of like a hippie. And if they don't look like it, they have some qualities that are almost always like that. Every Aquarius I've ever known, I had a lot of clients, as I've said on this channel, who were Aquariuses, mostly male clients that were Aquarius. We always got along. Just Aquarius is like weird people, different things. And they're more somebody who's going to give people the benefit of the doubt. Now, a negative about Aquarius is that they can be so caught up in their own ideas that they're out of touch with reality. And also, absorbed more in thoughts than actual actions all the time. That doesn't mean all Aquariuses do that, but that's a negative. Just to be fair, what's a negative about Scorpio? What's a negative about Aquarius? But it makes sense to me why Olivia Colman is the Aquarius in this scenario. Just to be frank here. Doesn't mean all Aquariuses love Meghan Markle. It doesn't mean all Scorpios hate her, but it makes sense to me why the Scorpio is the one ripping her apart and the Aquarius is the one trying to come to her rescue verbally in the media. Aquariuses also tend to be advocates for other people. They don't like to see people get bullied. Scorpios, on the other hand, I don't know. They're not one to bully necessarily, but they're not necessarily one to always have everybody's back. Like they're more like, well, serves you right. You know, again, able to dole out criticism, but not always take it, which everybody claims Virgo is like, but Virgos are the first ones. As a Virgo, I know this. And if you're a Virgo watching, we're the first ones to say, look, this is what I did. This is what I did, but that's what you did too. We're criticizing everybody else because we criticize ourselves all the time. Whereas Scorpios, I don't really hear the same self-criticism from them. You can correct me if I'm wrong, but I don't hear it. And I have a family full of Scorpios, so I don't hear that same self-criticism. So anyways, that's coming from an astrological perspective, why I don't find this surprising. Now let's just draw some cards. Who is more right about Meghan? Is Olivia Colman more right about her, or is Stephanie Powers more right about Meghan? So Olivia Colman is the Crown star who plays Elizabeth II in her middle age. And nightmare reversed is what we got with Olivia Colman. Like, let them get out of this nightmare. It's not fair to them. Nine of Swords reversed is what we just got coming out when I said her name. Olivia Colman is the star in The Crown. Stephanie Powers is some older actress that I don't know if she's that relevant anymore. I'm not sure. Let me just see what she's been in recently. Just to be fair, let me just see. She was in an American mystery series, which aired for 5 seasons in 1979 to 1984. Okay, so right when I was born was the ending of this series. So anyway, yeah, I don't know. She's not that relevant anymore, but she's an actress. She's an American actress. Interesting that the British actress is the one that supported her. And then the American one is, the British supported her. The American one is the one that tore her down. That's interesting. RB, Scorpios are also perceptive. I have Scorpio risings in my family. They can read people well. I'm a Scorpio rising. I get that. I'm talking more about Scorpio suns. But reading people well doesn't always warrant sardonically criticizing people and then not owning your own shit. You know what I mean? And I find that to be a very dark side Scorpio quality. And I've been around a lot of Scorpio suns, not risings. I'm a rising, but I always will act more like a Virgo and Aquarius because of my moon and sun. Now remember, the moon and the sun are the most important parts of a woman's chart. Rising's just kind of how you at first operate with the world. Sun is the core of everybody. Moon is the heart of a female. Moon is how a man relates to women. So they're all kind of different depending on gender we're talking about. But yeah, rising, honestly, I don't really hold much weight on rising signs. Other astrologers may differ, but I'm mostly tarot and I do some astrology, but my personal opinion, I started out with astrology, is that the rising is just kind of how you're at first, but the other two aspects are what's really, really, really the heart of a person. If you want to get your whole chart done, just so you guys know, because I don't always mention this, I do astrology charts too. It's on the website. But anyway, so let's go back to Olivia and Stephanie. So is Olivia more right about Meghan, or is Stephanie? So Olivia is to my left, Stephanie is to my right. Olivia, Stephanie. Olivia, Stephanie. Okay, so I took out 3 for each just to see. Okay, so regarding what Olivia said, Olivia is coming from a place of defense and strength, of standing strong despite adversity, King of Wands, and trying to be the bearer of good news, Prince of Cups. If the Prince of Cups was reversed, I'd say it's like an emotional manipulator, somebody who says what they don't mean, doesn't mean what they say, but it's upright. So it does mean well wishes, and it means standing strong against adversity, despite, you know, undertones of you know, emotional instability, a lack of emotional support, the moon, despite uncertainty. That's the place Olivia is coming from. Stephanie, lack of celebration, 3 of Cups, nightmare, 9 of Swords, and lack of balance, 2 of Swords reverse. So this is like, she feels like it's not a good pair. It's not a good matching. It's a nightmare. You know, she's, I don't know if she's really concerned about it so much as that it's like a negative. It's on people's mind that it's a negative. It's just this card, basically, if it's about an individual that they're asking a question about themselves, it's like they're having worries and concerns about things. So we're talking about her perception of somebody else. So maybe this is her concerns about they're not well matched. 3 of Cups reverse. This can indicate divorce. It can also indicate just a lack of celebration, lack of well wishes towards something, because this is the marriage and celebration card, but it's in reverse. So, I mean, it's reflecting how the 2 women feel. So I'll just ask one at a time. So Three of Pentacles is teamwork, being appreciated for the work that you do, being acknowledged and recognized. The Emperor talks about strength. It talks about building towards a goal, building slowly but surely towards a goal. And the Devil can talk about fears, comparison to others, but also jealousy. So let me just see. All right. So Susan Powers, is she correct about Harry and Meghan? With how she thinks Harry and Meghan should just be his wife and nothing more. It's kind of sexist to say. Personally, especially for a woman to say that, this is why I say sometimes on the channel, we can't always, and I made a video about this before, you can't always blame men for all of the reasons why women have issues with certain things, especially westernized women, because you see women who can be even more sexist towards each other and, you know, not supportive of each other. So, gee, I wonder why we're having issues still with things, you know? Women can own a business and they can get jobs and stuff, but we still have issues, you know, with other things in life. So anyways, Susan Powers. So Susan Powers, is she correct? All right, so the first card is Death reversed. Second card is the Queen of Swords. Third card is the Emperor reversed, Ace of Cups reversed, Prince of Swords reversed. Queen of Cups at the bottom of the deck. Middle of the deck is the King of Pentacles reversed. So what she feels basically is that Harry ultimately will not be happy with this union. King of Pentacles reversed, that's Harry. He was too impulsive. Prince of Swords reversed. The love match will end. Ace of Cups reversed, love lost. Emperor reversed, a lack of stability in this union. And she feels like she's telling it like it is, the Queen of Swords. Like, she's speaking from the mind, actually, even though she's speaking as the Queen of Cups. Either that or she could be thinking of Diana as well, that she was a fan of her, etc. Because the Queen of Hearts or Queen of Cups, this was literally Diana's nickname, Queen of Hearts. So Susan is speaking in this biting, you know, Queen of Swords, when she comes out and you're talking about somebody criticizing somebody, can talk about biting, direct criticism, but direct, speaking directly, actually from the intellect. And she feels like there's an ending and a new beginning that these two are resisting. Or maybe she thinks that Meghan is resisting the ending of her old life and the beginning of her new life. Or she feels like they're going to keep trying to keep everything together despite all odds, despite the fact that they're not well matched, despite the fact that they're imbalanced, Two of Wands reverse, and they're going to keep avoiding this ending and dragging out the relationship. The person's name is Stephanie Powers. That's the correct name. It's not Susan Powers. Anyways, and I was referring to Stephanie Powers the whole time. So anyways, let me just go to Olivia Colman. Is Olivia Colman right about Harry and Meghan? People should just leave them alone. The media is nasty. Harry and Meghan don't need to be dragged through the mud the way they are. They're really nice people. It's not fair what's happening to them. Speaking from her Aquarius, let's all get along energy. Okay, so the first card is the Princess of Swords, the female Aquarius speaking, because this is Swords is air signs, Aquarius, Libra, Gemini. Remember, Aquarius is not a water sign, it's an air sign. It's through the intellect, the mind. Doesn't mean Aquariuses are not perceptive. Actually, out of all the signs that are not water signs, Aquarius is supposed to be the most perceptive out of the air signs. And then followed by that, from the earth signs, it's supposed to be Virgo, because Virgo and Scorpio are the therapists of the zodiac. And Aquarius is supposed to be like the humanitarian or studier of people, but not really like the therapist. Like Aquariuses are less likely to work as therapists, but more likely to study people. So Seven of Swords reverse means she feels like they're trapped. They're surrounded at all corners and she wishes they could release that. And the Hanged Man means she kind of feels like they're kind of being left out to dry. They're being like left out by themselves and they're not being supportive. Four of Wands, they're not being supported, but they're very courageous. Seven of Wands, despite how they've been treated. She sees Harry as the Prince of Pentacles, like he's happy. See, it's interesting that he's upright for Olivia and he's reversed for Stephanie. Devil reverse. She thinks that this is some kind of heavy, negative, dark energy that needs to be released from them, that's looming around them. It's not fair. She's a fan of Prince William or Charles, King of Cups. She sees how this plays into it or how they play into it. She's a fan of both of the brothers. And she always thinks of Harry as like the young boy that she saw growing up because she's a British citizen. You know, she looks at him admirably and she doesn't think he deserves this with his wife. She doesn't like how the world turned on them, world reversed. All right, so basically what we're getting is, you know, I hate to give this answer, and it's such a typical like Virgo or Aquarius answer, and I know people who are watching who are Aquarius suns might agree with this, and Virgos can be like this too, but I'm on the cusp of Libra, and the air signs tend to be more diplomatic, and this is a diplomatic answer, but honestly what I'm getting from asking this question is both of these women are right. It depends on which way of thinking you're in, which frame of thinking you're in. Are you more supportive or are you more critical? Do you dislike a person trying to change things and, you know, start their own charities and do a U.S. charity perhaps? Because I think that's what Harry and Meghan are working on right now. We'll ask that question after this. Or are you somebody who wants things to be traditional and always be the same and you find that offensive? What type of person are you? That's all this really comes down to, because both of these women are right. It's based on opinion. And I don't think there's any really one answer to that, because whether or not people think Meghan is a good or a bad person is opinion. Whether or not they think she's a drama queen is opinion. Whether or not they think that she's entitled or spoiled or not entitled or just fun and revolutionary is an opinion. And I think that's important for everybody to remember. So anyways, let's go to the next question, which is, are Harry and Meghan working on a charity to do a charity in the US, because the news reports, I think it was on People even said this. Are they taking time off to work on expanding a charity in the US? Okay. Seven of Pentacles popped out. That means hard work with results. This means you have to put in effort. It's not going to be with ease like the Eight of Pentacles. You have to really put hard work and determination into it, but you will see the fruits of your labors manifested. So yes, that would indicate yes, but something has set them back. Chariot reversed. Something has held them back from progressing. Maybe something in regards to some diplomacy or some like pecking order, not diplomacy, that's the wrong word, pecking order in the palace, Ten of Pentacles. When I see this and I ask about the royals, I think of like the palace, like Buckingham Palace, and it's in reverse. So maybe something isn't in support of what they're trying to do going forward with that. They haven't been able to go forward, but they are seeing some kind of results. So this is in the recent past. They weren't able to go forward. There was something having to do with the palace and pecking order why they couldn't. But now they're finally seeing results. And William or Charles gave them the go-ahead, King of Cups. So they had to get the go-ahead. And once the Seven of Pentacles is over with, the hard work, once they actually start it in the US, they're going to really see results start to flourish. Eight of Pentacles. But there was something that was holding them back from getting it off the ground. Sun reverse, Magician reverse, able to manifest, as above, so below, the Magician, law of attraction. Sun reverse is negativity, lack of optimism, lack of results. It was a burden that they had to lift in the recent past. Ten of Wands reversed, a burden lifted, Ten of Wands reversed. So they are working on it and it should be successful. Will charities in the U.S. increase their popularity? Will charities in the U.S. increase their popularity? Let's see. And then I'll take a break and look at the comments. And then we'll do Justin Bieber and Haley. Will this increase their popularity? Will charity in the U.S. increase their popularity? Seven of Wands reversed. Five of Cups reversed. Prince of Swords. Star reversed. Ace of Pentacles reversed. Nine of Cups reversed. No. Yeah, it's a lot of too many reversals. The Queen backs it. The Empress backs this. Okay. But their wishes will not come true. They will not see the positive results they're looking for. Ace of Pentacles reversed. Nine of Cups reversed. Star reversed. A loss of hope. Five of Cups. Looking at a loss. Experiencing a loss. Reflecting on a loss. Losing courage, losing strength. Seven of Wands reversed, but Prince of Swords going forward despite all that. So it's like Harry's determination to continue with this, to continue with his wife, to continue trying despite the negativity. And here he is again at the bottom of the deck, Prince of Pentacles. Lack of temperance, lack of balance, lack of optimism, lack of faith in this couple. Sun reversed. Not my opinion, just what the cards are reading with the collective and how the media has portrayed them and how the media has reported. That's the result of the cards, what they're reading. So that's it. So I'm going to look at the comments and then I will go to Justin and Haley. Okay, so let me just look through them. Hi, Stephanie. Hi, Melly. Hi, Black Magic Woman. Hi, Anna. Hi, RB. Hi, PJ. Janelle. Hi, Mickey. So Rosemary does not think that Ms. Powers was being sexist. She says she needs to keep her place. Janelle says This is terrible. People are trying to dismantle this marriage. Meghan has embarrassed the monarchy by working them in less than 2 years and proving that they're not all they claim to be. The point of the monarchy is to bring public attention to causes that benefit the nation. Janelle. That's her job. She's good at it. All of this jealousy and bigotry. You guys should be ashamed for treating a woman this way. Cynthia says, as fast as they got married, I thought Prince Philip was possibly on his last leg and Harry wanted to get married before Philip passed. I don't think they will be married much longer. RB says, Olivia is not as close as Stephanie to the royal family. Cheryl Callahan, 7 likes, 35 viewing, press thumbs up, try to get 100% viewing. Oh, thanks, Cheryl. That's nice of you to say. What does Meghan want to, she wants to be the star, or did she want to be the royal? Is lawsuit hurting them? Says Mickey. Cynthia, I hate to say this, but I think the monarchy has run its course in Great Britain. With Brexit, the monarchy may be out as well. All right, so there's a lot of conflicting opinions here, and that's fine. You guys have a right, as long as it's respectful and it's not name calling. You have a right to say your opinion. I can disagree with it, but you have a right to say your opinion. So anyways, was Stephanie P born in the UK? I'm not sure if she was, Anne. I know it says she's American on her biography that I read. It could mean that she's just been in American movies, but she could have dual citizenship. I'm not sure. But I know that it says she's an American actress. So look, it's what I say in every video, and I'm going to reiterate it in case this is the first time whoever comes across this video is watching this video. There are a lot greater and more important things to worry about in the world than whether or not Meghan Markle is materialistic, or whether or not Meghan Markle is the downfall of the royal family, or whether or not Meghan Markle is doing this, or whether or not she breathes the wrong way, or whether or not she wears a pink shoe with a purple shoe. I'm being ridiculous. There are other things to worry about in this world. I do readings on this for you guys because you like me to do readings on it. And I don't want to focus this channel on it, as I've said. I'm not going to keep harping on that, but I do it sometimes still to serve my followers who really do like this and followed me originally because they wanted to watch that. So I will still do videos on it, just not as much. But, you know, regardless if she's good or bad or what she is, regardless of Ms. Coleman or Ms. Powers or whatever, the two of them have differing opinions, and it seems like people in general are split on her and Harry. There's a lot more that we can think about, and a lot of this is a distraction. And if you want to hear more about why this is all a distraction, subscribe to my Patreon, because I'm more free to speak on there. No, it's not just to hustle you. It's only $5.99 a month. But the reason for that is because YouTube has been monitoring everybody and everything even more now, to the point where I had to take videos down and my views were slashed from over 1 million to 500,000. So I'm just being real here. So if you want to hear the real deal, why we need to look between the lines at greater topics about the world, about Brexit, the meaning of Brexit, why Ms. Markle is being used as a distraction, you can subscribe to my Patreon and we'll talk all about that. I'm going to do another video about it actually after I get off of here and put it on Patreon. But it's $5.99 a month for every single video I upload within the month. You can watch anytime you want. And it's just something to keep in mind, regardless of what our opinions are about her, what differing, supportive, not supportive, to not get caught up in that, because there's a lot more stuff going on that's more important, that we should be aware of. Can we do anything about it, about what's going on with the world? That there's a push. I can't, I got to be careful with my words. That there is a push in the world to make everything in one cohesive governed unit? Is there anything we can do about it? On a political level, I'm not so sure that's possible in most countries anymore, but on a spiritual and personal level, putting all of our energy into existing to the best you can be personally in your individuality as a human being certainly can't hurt, you know, but on a political level, is there a lot we can do? I'm not sure, you know. The United Kingdom did vote for Brexit, but I'm not even sure if that is going to make the change that is needed at this point, or if things are too far gone. That also leaves much to be said for the United States. What direction is the United States going to go in? And it's not about political parties. It's not about right and left. It's about looking through the paradigm and realizing that you're being had. And things like the Markle distraction is exactly there for a reason, to get you to argue with each other, to get you to have differing opinions about it and not pay attention to what really needs to be paid attention to. So that's my general statement for that. Saturn and Pluto conjunction, January 2020, big change. Well, that's interesting. Maybe I'll do a video on that, Anna. I try to follow all of the planetary movements, but I can't always keep up with all of it. Astrology is very multi-layered, complicated, and there's something always going on. But thank you for adding that. Maybe I'll look into that and talk about it more. So yeah, if you are subscribed to my Patreon, or you would like to, as I said, as soon as I get off of here, I'm going to talk more about what's going on with the paradigm shift in Great Britain, voting in Brexit, and if there is going to be a paradigm shift in the US, what's happening in the greater universe with the collective unconscious. Are people waking up to what's really going on? What do we need to do? Sorry, this hair is annoying me. I'm a very impatient person sometimes, and when I comb my hair, I just comb it and then pull out the bottom hairs because they get tangled. So I have these little pieces of hair down here. They annoy me. But anyways, get back on the topic. Okay, so can I do a topic on climate change, Mickey Bailey? I try not to get too into political things on this channel. I know I just said something political just now without being too specific. But I try to save that more specific stuff for Patreon, because I did get some stuff messed with on YouTube before. So, and I really don't want to affect my channel any more than it already has. But I will try to talk about it as generally as possible on YouTube, and then do a specific video on Patreon. But yeah, that's it. And also on Patreon, I'm planning on doing a general prosperity spell for everybody to follow along with at home if they want to do it. So I'm going to be uploading that this month as well, so you can learn how to do a new prosperity spell on Patreon. And yeah, so let me just go to Justin Bieber and Haley Baldwin. So some people have been concerned about him. He got a neck tattoo recently. I don't know why that's a big deal, but you know, he has tattoos all over him. He got a neck tattoo recently. He was singing Rise and Shine with Kylie Jenner at a charity thing. You know, she has this viral Rise and Shine thing that kept going around the internet because she sang Rise and Shine to her daughter Stormy. And people made fun of it, and it became like a meme. And so Justin Bieber had her sing Rise and Shine at a charity event. And Selena supposedly made a song talking about cutting somebody off, where people think that was about Justin. And Justin recently bought Haley like this huge diamond watch, like it's worth so much money. And some people say when a guy buys a gift that extravagant, like he's saying sorry for something. Could just be that he's Justin Bieber and he has a lot of money, but you know, It doesn't have to be that he did something wrong, but people want to know. So I'm just going to do a reading for my fans and followers and fans of Justin. What's going on with Justin Bieber? Is he all right? Okay, so Six of Swords is moving to calmer waters. Ten of Pentacles is making your home happier. The Devil is what is supporting this, though. So that's addiction. Two of Cups in the past. That's the happy relationship. In the future, Six of Cups, kids. See, I keep saying they're going to have kids soon. In the past, Empress reversed despite the Two of Cups. In the future, Ace of Pentacles. It looks like everything's going great for the two of them. Eight of Cups reversed in the past. In the future, Wheel of Fortune. This, if I were to do a reading for a person who came to me, I would say that this is pretty damn good. Yes, the Devil card is in the present, but I'll explain. So the middle part of the situation talks about somebody who's trying to calm themselves, trying to move to calmer waters, to have a calmer mindset, to be more peaceful. That's positive. That's what he's trying to do right now. Trying to get his life in order, despite the foundation that has been built in his life of addiction, the Devil underneath that. Crowning him is the Ten of Pentacles, is the happy home, the stability, being surrounded by protection, love, a fortress. In his past, now remember, this is the past. Most of the negativity is in the past. He had a relationship, Two of Cups, with a woman who didn't work out, Selena, Empress reversed, because she is a female Aries in her moon, and she's a sun Cancer. And Empress can be Taurus or Aries. In the reverse, didn't work out. And it was heartbreaking. It was hard to walk away from. Eight of Cups reversed. It was hard to accept, but it was accepted. Because in the future, there is a nostalgia, a return to childlike behavior, or literally having children. Six of Cups, it talks about children in the future, probably with his wife, obviously. Ace of Pentacles, money increase, prosperity. Could talk about the new album will do well because he's planning on releasing a new album. And a fresh new start, a new beginning, good karma, Wheel of Fortune. This is a good reading. He's fine, guys. Releasing inner turmoil, arguments, following your intuition, the High Priestess. Stable within his marriage, the Hierophant, marriage, intuition, releasing inner criticism, inner arguments, Five of Wands reversed. Though there was a lack of balance, Two of Pentacles, he has found balance, Two of Swords, within his lover, his wife, with his lover. It's a good reading. There's really not much else to say. Honestly, I think that this is just the media being stupid again. And I'm being real. I just did a reading on Meghan, and whether or not I am supportive didn't bear on what I said. I said, depends on how you think about her. Could be negative, could be positive. I'm going to be straight up. With Justin, I'm just getting all positive right now, which means it's just ridiculous stuff the media is saying. He's left something for good, someone or something for good in the past. And he's looking towards his Ace of Pentacles, his good luck with the new album. But this person felt like all my hard work was for nothing. I think that's Selena, Seven of Pentacles reversed. But he's not, his mind's not even on her or that, Six of Swords, and he's on to calmer waters. Honestly, I think she's still hurting about this a little bit more than he is. Princess of Wands reversed. Selena is Aries, an Aries moon. I don't think this is Haley because I see Justin as peaceful right now. That was the first card that came out for him, despite the addiction. And the Ace of Pentacles, which is one of the best cards to get in the future. And I like Selena. I'm not bashing her, but I see her as still processing this. That's why there are songs on her album that seem like they're about him, because they are. She's still processing it. He's more over it than she is. He's just looking towards going forward to the future. Prince of Swords. And stabilizing his life. King of Pentacles, focusing on money, etc. So he can buy Haley more stuff. Does this mean, and I don't want Justin, Haley, Selena fans to come at me, well, especially Selena fans. Does this mean I'm bashing Selena? No, I'm reading reality. That's what the cards are saying, or the reality according to the cards. I don't claim to be God, but what the cards are telling me. She's still struggling to get over it. He's not. It just is what it is. Unfortunately, sometimes men are quicker to move on. Not all the time, though. There are some men who hang on to things. We can't always stereotype genders, but women, especially female Cancers and Scorpios, and Selena is a Cancer, really take a long time to process through something and let it go. So any negativity or down feelings I'm seeing are mostly surrounding Selena right now, not Justin. But I think she's going to be fine. She's young. She's got millions of dollars. You know, women go through that all the time. You know, she does have a serious illness, but she'll be okay. I think the thing we need to worry about the most with her, and if you send positive, thoughts to her, is because of her long going illness, not because of any heartbreak with Justin Bieber. She'd get over that. You know, she has other people available to her. Okay, so how is her health? How is Selena's health? I'll ask about her health, Mickey. Well, I talked about it generally, but we'll just ask directly. How is Selena's physical health doing? Because I didn't ask that directly. How is her physical health doing? She's courageous. She has courage with it. She's focused on her money. She's focused on her album. She's focused on her career. Ace of Pentacles. She's courageous. Seven of Wands. Obviously, she's been through a lot. There's something she needs to let go of. I think that's the relationship hurt from the past, because that'll affect her health too. She hasn't fully let go of something that's hurt her. Four of Pentacles, and it's caused some lack of stability. Emperor reversed, but she's trying to focus on the good in her life, the Six of Cups, the good news, the Prince of Cups, maybe that her album has done well or songs have been well received. She's trying to focus on that despite still feeling overburdened, Ten of Wands. So her health is kind of shaky, and it is being affected by the emotional stuff. Emotional affects physical, of course. Spiritual affects physical. And it's left her out of balance. Justice reversed. But she's also still trying to focus on the good in her life too. She recognizes that. I mean, I'm sure in addition to going to doctors, most of these celebrities do. I don't want to generalize, but most celebrities do talk to spiritual practitioners or, spiritual healers to the stars. And she has had a discussion with somebody about how emotional affects physical, and it has affected her. It's a big weight, a burden of hurt that she's carrying around. But will she be fine? At least for now, yes. Nine of Pentacles. She's going to find herself more fulfilled as the year goes on. When we get into 2020, she's going to find her hope again, the Star. She's still processing things. It's hard. Even if she moved on from Justin a while ago, he married somebody right after. Even if she doesn't want Justin anymore, that's kind of hard for somebody to go through. You can still not want somebody, and then you see them marry somebody else right away, and it's like, WTF is going on? Why didn't that happen with me? Why didn't that happen? It still sucks. That's understandable. So anyways, she's okay. She's not doing amazingly, but she's not doing terribly. She's okay. So does anybody have any last comments for the video before I sign off of here? Let me go look through the comments again that I might have missed. Can you do a video on climate change and this girl? I forgot her name. Oh, that girl. I don't know if I want to get that political. I can talk generally about things like in the middle, but this is the INFJ or Aquarius moon in me, I guess, trying to be diplomatic. But I don't want to get so political that I get my account messed with on YouTube, and also because I have that girl is somebody that I kind of think is something other than what people think she is. Greta, the girl with the climate change, that young girl who goes around talking about climate change. Anna says, can you do a winter solstice Yule video, Naomi? Yes, I can. Oh, thank you for reminding me. It's the 15th. Yes, I will do that. That was supposed to be something I was doing, and I said that was the next Sabbat because somebody asked me if there was a Thanksgiving Sabbat, and there actually is, but it's Mabon. It's before Thanksgiving. So I did do the Witches Thanksgiving, and that's in September, right around my birthday. It's on the 18th of September. So I already did the Witches Thanksgiving. So there's no Thanksgiving on actual Thanksgiving. That's Wiccan or anything. It's before. But the next holiday I was telling that person that comes up is Yule after Mabon. So thanks, Cheryl. That's nice of you to remind people to say thumbs up. So yeah, I will do a video on Yule, Anna. And thank you, because I have to write things down. My mind gets confused. Anna, you also said that Prince Andrew is the real issue. It's all gone quiet. Yep, that's true. YouTube had a 3-minute and 20-second ad during this live. They shouldn't do that long during live chats. Interesting that they did that. Anne says that. Huh. I'm suspicious. I can't say much, but it's just BS. I have to do things on Patreon more now. Is there material to get in order to do this, Mickey? What do you mean by that? I don't understand. Lots of love from the Netherlands, Black Magic Woman. Thank you. That's sweet. I don't know if I said that already, but thank you. Love back to you. Is there material to get in order to do this, Mickey Bailey? Do you mean like a winter solstice incantation? Or because you could just celebrate it, you don't have to do an incantation. Are you talking about spell materials? Because you would use like anything that you would use for a regular spell, but if you want it winter solstice themed, you could get like evergreen or holly to talk about growth, like for a prosperity spell. You could do it winter solstice themed. That's actually a good idea. Maybe I'll try to do that. Maybe I'll try to get some pine outside and use that or something. We could do it like a winter solstice themed prosperity spell, and I'll do that. Okay, so guys, I'll do that. I'll already tell you now. I'll make a note of it on my desk to make sure I remember. I am going to do a winter solstice incantation and discussion about the history and origin of it for more Celtic and Norse pagan history. And I think Germanic too. I believe it's also Germanic because Santa Claus, I think, isn't Santa Claus Germanic? Don't come at me if I'm wrong. I'm going to research it before I do the video because it's going to be a prepared live session. But we'll talk about the history of it, and then we'll do a ritual. So watch out for that on the 21st. Yeah, well, good luck and prosperity is the same kind of spell, Mickey. We'll do that. And so for my Patreon, let's see. I got to offer something different on Patreon. So if I'm going to do the spell, I'll do the spell on YouTube. Since it's Christmas, that'll be my present to you. I'll do a general prosperity spell for everybody on the 21st. My Yule present, let me correct myself. It's not Christmas. Christmas is really in the spring. So on Patreon, probably I'll do like a spiritual advice read for all the signs, like a Christmas spiritual advice read for all the signs, because I don't really like doing sign readings on YouTube. Like, I'd rather do that on Patreon. And on Patreon, also stay tuned because I'm going to be talking more about the paradigm shift and why Megan is a distraction, why Andrew is the root of what's happening, but even he is somewhat of a distraction as well. She's a distraction for Andrew, and Andrew is a distraction for something else, and what the core of everything is. I'm going to do another video about that on Patreon. I did a short video on it recently on Patreon, but I'm going to do a longer, more extended one on Patreon of all about that. And that's it. So I guess I'll get off of here. And again, your opinions, you're allowed to say them. I want to make that clear. I do delete things on my channel sometimes. I wanted to also address that because I had some people coming on the channel, again, being sarcastic, like, oh, you delete comments. Well, I don't delete comments unless they have insulting words about other commenters or even famous people. I don't tolerate it towards anybody because it's bullying. I only delete comments if there are insulting name calling towards famous people, regular people, commenters, anybody, or if it is sexually graphic. Those are the only two types of comments that I delete. That's it. Insults to anybody that are degrading or sexually graphic comments is what I delete. And that's it. But yeah, you're free to say differing opinions on my channel and in the chat section. So that's all. I don't think that there's anything else I can say because I think I'm pretty much done with those two readings. Justin's reading was easy. It was very positive. There's not really much to say when it's a positive reading. So that's it. So thank you so much for watching. As always, my readings are entertainment. They're not fact-based. I don't claim them to be fact, but if you resonate because it's spiritual, if you resonate here, then it is true for you. If you would like your own reading, incantation, or spell, life coaching session, I do have a master's degree in mental health, so I can be a life coach for you. Or if you would like a spirit channeling session, I offer it by the half hour or hour. I can contact somebody that you've known who is deceased or somebody you're interested in speaking to. That all is on my website, and I'm having a 20% off sale on every service but the $25 reading until January 1st. Thank you for watching. Bye, guys.